Hey there, welcome in. We're going to get some messages today from the Divine Masters deck as well as an Angel Tarot deck. All right, I feel like there's forward movement, divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. So let's call on our angel, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light and love. So it is, and so it will be. All right, remember yesterday where we were taking a deep breath in, pushing it through our channel, taking deep breaths in, pushing it through the channel. So just continue to focus on your own breath, okay? That's how you kind of like help regulate your nervous system, is through conscious breathing, okay? So let's get a little shuffling in here. Ooh. You can also use crystals, okay? You can use crystals to clear and program your channel. You can also program crystals for specific things. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. I'll do a video on it. Look. All right. Moving forward. Okay, having new experiences, having a new outlook on life, being free and clear. I'm getting like walking with spirit, the Holy Spirit. Okay, I love that for you. All right, so they want me to start with this deck. All right, we have Mother Mary at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's see. Who is here to share guidance with us at this time through messages and the messenger? So it is, and so it will be. Look, it's Mother Mary. If you see like blue orbs or energy, whether in your physical reality or when you're in your dream space or when you're meditating, okay, this would be confirmation for you. So let's see. Don't be afraid to be powerful. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, thank you. Look at Lady Portia. Karmic release and overcoming limitations. Let go of the need to be right, okay? Let go of the need to be right. Releasing what no longer serves you. You could be in a position of like having to choose, right? We have Guru around us. Miracle moment, harmony surrounds you. This is also you choosing peace. There's also this energy of expecting miracles, okay? We also have, Mary Magdalene, a sacred vessel. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. So you're being guided on your spiritual purpose here. Don't be afraid of being powerful. You are holding the cosmic egg. Then we have the divine director telling you to trust the process. Create space for divine order to unfold. That's why like overcoming limitations and the karmic release and letting go of the need to be right and allowing things to come into your reality. And there's a whole process unfolding here. And they want you to create space for this. Sacred vessel. There's Mother Mary coming out. Thank you, Mother Mary. Divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. Let's do what these. Let's see. You are the answer. Both divine magic is unfolding in your life. All right. The teacher awakens and the student becomes the master. And then we're tapping into cosmic power. So this might resonate with you as well, like a starseed, earth angel, someone who has like unlimited potential. And you identify with being on a sacred mission and the fact that whatever you've experienced was through the process of initiation, right? So you've been initiated, okay? Again, divine experiences, creating space for divine order to unfold. You're the answer. Expect miracles. And let go of the need to be right. Wow. beautiful. All right, so let's see what else we can tap into here. You definitely are able to connect with strong ascended master energy here. So you might be someone who's like an initiate, okay? And as a result, you've been initiated. You've gone from being a student and now you're in like master training, or you've become like the master of your reality and you're guided to your purpose. And this has allowed you to release things that no longer serve you, overcoming things that may have held you back in the past. You no longer need to be right in someone else's story. And so that is something that you're learning to let go of so that you can be that sacred vessel, as well as allowing for something to leave so something better can, that's aligned with divine order, so that can unfold in your life. This is you, again, like releasing karmic debt, karmic release, and being free and clear. Learning and applying the lessons learned here. So there's like a new journey here. You're being guided on your purpose, right? Like you're seeing the divine guidance. Okay? Divine guidance is playing out here. And here's the thing, like this sacred mission, it's no joke. Okay? It's no joke with the Lovers. All right? I have a hair in my mouth. Yeah, this is that like sacred union. This is like creation. This is also karmic release, learning karmic lessons, 9 of Swords. All right, like 9 of Swords is giving me a bit of like how things have accumulated over time. You could feel like a victim of a circumstance, or feeling like you were ganged up on or bullied or treated unfairly or unjustly. I'm getting like at the end of the day, this served its purpose. You can let it go now. All right. You can let it go now. The Magician, miraculous moment. We have the 8 of Pentacles with sacred vessel. We have the Fool coming out with create space for divine order to unfold, trusting the process. This is you being guided to your purpose and you being in your purpose, and whatever you're crafting, doing, working, an occupation, whatever this is what you're meant to create. This is like having creative abilities. This is manifesting your reality. This is harmony. This is understanding the tools in which to create. And then we have the Devil at the bottom of the deck, right? And then we have the Hierophant coming out to clarify Mary. Divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. So you could feel like you're someone who's meant to share, teach. This is also like access to information, guidance, traditions. Maybe there's divine tradition playing out in your life in some way. Maybe even divine education. I'm getting teacher. Because also next we have the Teacher Awakens. So I feel like you've been learning. This is wise counsel as well. Like Mother Mary could be an energy that you connect with quite a bit, and it's wise counsel. I have the Death card. This tells me there's like a massive transition playing out, and you're no longer the student learning. You're now the one like moving on to teach. Okay, the student becomes the master. There's divine magic here. And this has something to do with like the ascension process. This has something to do with like your vibration. Okay, it has something to do with like not being a lost soul. In fact, you've been found. Okay, and now you're trusting the process. You're allowing things to unfold naturally. We have the Judgment. So I feel like this was as a result of a free will choice, but it's also something that is freeing you from the heaviness of the past, right? Like sometimes the Judgment, there's like this bag of rocks over here, or there's a bunch of rocks over here. It's like releasing this. This also could be like you've released like an ancestral line, like maybe you've closed out pattern cycles that no longer served you. I feel like this judgment comes in the form of like a bit of redemption even. Maybe you're receiving a blessing, a gift, or you are the blessing and gift. I feel like this is a new beginning somewhere else, or an opportunity, right? I feel like you've allowed for there to be space so that divine order can unfold. Okay, so let's see. What do you got for the lovers? Temperance is coming out. Is that for the lovers? Yeah. Okay. This is harmony and balance being restored here through some sort of partnership, through some sort of connection here. I'm getting like there's a contract. Okay, there might be like something that has been written, okay, in the stars, an agreement. Something, again, like the law of rhythm is with that. It's like how things play out, right? It's like grounding in the vibration of love, harmony, balance, and peace. So I feel like that's being restored in your life. The Hermit tells me that you're being guided, okay? Harmony surrounds you, okay? And then we have the Emperor. So this is masculine energy coming in. Okay, and then we have the Empress coming in. All right, so we have divine feminine, divine masculine. We have the Sun card, the Hierophant. Like the Sun's clarifying the Hierophant and Mother Mary. I mean, strong divine presence here. Like you're definitely someone who walks with the Holy Spirit, okay, and is guided. Like you're a child of the divine here, okay, because this is like the mother. This is the Holy Mother, okay. There's two Holy Mothers here, okay, and I'm getting like you're having that experience, but you're also like this vibration, okay, so you're here to have this experience, to anchor in this beautiful loving energy, this divine energy here. The Sun is telling me that like there's a strong God presence, divine experiences here. I feel like you're emerging as a leader, okay? You're someone who's taking charge, or this is somebody who sees your value and worth and what you do and how you contribute in some sort of way. You could be seen as the answer or being guided to your purpose. I'm getting like this is like you taking a leadership role in doing what you're being asked to do, right, as part of your divine mission. I'm getting this Eight of Pentacles as self-mastery here. And this High Priestess clarifying the Death card in Thoth tells me that you have unlocked the keys within to your own divine magic. And now you're able to see through the veil. You're able to bring balance and harmony. You're understanding the concepts. You're applying the concepts. This is integration, okay? This is like operating from a higher self energy, a higher consciousness, okay? And applying that here, seeding that here, grounding that here, okay, with creation. All right, towards prosperity here. Again, teaching. It's like you're forever learning and forever teaching, okay? So it's kind of like whatever you share like contributes to the whole, okay? Like the seed of life here is like being represented as whole. It's one, right? And then there is the wisdom that's being connected to here as well, right? We have the moon, so there's certain things that are illuminated at certain times, so it kind of like confirms that there's a process playing out here. It's like trusting that process. We have that a couple times. We have cosmic power here and understanding what that means. You're also being seen as like a devoted warrior here. I have that as Hanuman here. Okay, devoted warrior. Let God's love hold you in strength. Okay, and then here's the strength card. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to put the Wheel of Fortune over here with the unlimited potential, right? There is like a massive cycle that is ending here, all right? And as a result of that cycle ending, right, this is like planting new seeds, okay, and creating something new. So you might be part of like that new earth vibration, okay? Planting new seeds, nurturing them, okay? Look at Queen of Swords. You could be someone who speaks truth, okay? Someone who is a strong communicator, someone who has strong boundaries. You could have really strong claircognizance. All right, I do have a Queen of Pentacles coming out, so this tells me that you're being seen as very stable, secure, and independent. All right, you might be able to create something out of nothing. I feel like you're solid as a rock. You're being seen as someone who's like very independent. Okay, so this might have been something that you had to bring balance forward as it relates to your dynamics with people, because they may depend on you quite a bit, but I feel like in some cases it might be imbalanced, and this might have been something that needed to be brought into balance in your dynamics, right? With others, the lovers are there. So it's almost like you had to see your own physical and spiritual worth before like you could move on. This was something that you learned, your value and worth, through this past process, this karmic release, right? Like you're stable and secure in your own right. Like you don't need to chase, you don't need to be right? I feel like you're stable and secure in your own energy, okay? So there's a need to allow for whatever things that are no longer serving you to fall apart, and trust and know that you will be provided for, okay? The divine provides for you. And I'm also getting like, you could resonate with being like an earth angel, a messenger, someone who transmute and alchemizes energy and then grounds whatever this is here in the physical. I feel like you're one of two. So you very much could have a partner, a divine counterpart, a twin flame, or even like twin soul, or just high level soulmate. I do have the Chariot and I do have the Hanged Man. This is clarifying the miraculous moment. Harmony surrounds you. Expect miracles. And then this talks about the Magician and the Hermit. And so this is telling me that there's something here that you've been practicing, okay, and mastering, okay, and it could be guiding yourself and others down a spiritual path. And I feel like forward movement, okay, perseverance and overcoming challenges, okay, is what's playing out for you. I'm getting like you've balanced, okay, you have the light and the shadow. I feel like you've integrated this within yourself. And then I have the Hanged Man. So this is like gaining a new perspective on something, seeing something in a different point of view. This also can be like an awakening. I do have a Six of Cups. So this is talking to me about like maybe children, family, helping others through kindness, right? Being of service of some kind. We have the World card. I feel like this could be helping the youth, or someone who's very, I'm going to say that this could be somebody like that has some sort of adoration for you. This could be your family, your children. World cards telling me something has come to some sort of level of completion. So it's a sense of accomplishment here. All right, there's this wisdom that's been gained, right? See the book? And there's like a halo around the book. So this is enlightenment. You gained the enlightenment that you needed to gain in this life, in this process, okay? In this experience with the star. The star is clarifying the High Priestess, the Death card, and Thoth, divine magic. All right, this is giving me this energy, cosmic power, right? Cosmic intelligence, being able to access this and apply it as needed for the sake of ascension, for the sake of awakening humanity, for the sake of helping to spread the word. You could be a messenger. I was getting messenger. Why are these cards like this? My cards are messed up right now. Hang on a second. Let me just put everything. Let's see. Yeah, you're definitely applying the wisdom, okay, that you've learned in your own ascension process to help others on the path. This is something, this is like graduation. This is congratulations. This is a job well done. You have a lot of support. You have a lot of divine support. Okay, so your spiritual team is very proud of you. All right, very proud. Let's get a card for the cosmic power. Unlimited potential, sacred mission initiated. I feel like you are doing what you came here to do, or at least you're embarking on it. Okay, these are plans that are being made. Yeah, it's like divine order is unfolding in your life. Look at Two of Pentacles here. This is like an end of a chapter as it relates to something that you had to learn. I'm getting like it might have been a painful lesson. It might have been difficult to learn, but it was necessary in this life. Okay, with this Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I feel like it might have been at the hands of, you know, a few that might have been jealous of you, maybe wanted to create some sort of burden for you. Maybe they realized that, you know, you did carry this light, and I'm getting like they may have tried to put out your light. Okay, I feel like they're experiencing the burdens and the wrath. Okay, they're not maybe going to see this coming. But whatever energy is at the bottom of this deck, I feel like it was a catalyst for your growth and development, and it helped you to bring balance to a situation that was very imbalanced. I'm getting like somebody juggled others, okay? Somebody that you might have been dealing with over here, karmic release, okay, might have created some sort of like triangle here, triangulation, okay, some sort of competition, some sort of betrayal, deceit. These could have been close girlfriends to you at one point, or close people, family, friends, sisters, work colleagues, whatever this is. I feel like they betrayed you. And so, like, I feel like this really created a wound, or it helped illuminate a wound that needed healing in a situation, okay? So maybe you feel like you've always had, like, energy that wanted to kind of, like, compete with you, okay, for your position. However, you can't compete where you don't compare. I'm getting that. They could be learning this hard truth at this point. I feel like they may have been feeling like they were on top, but maybe they find themselves on the bottom, and as you rise, I'm getting like you're beginning to rise. Maybe they tried to prevent you from rising to your rightfully deserved position, okay? So I'm getting like there was a lot that was done to keep you from rising, okay? But the divine uses it to help you, train you, initiate you, okay? There's that Strength card. All right, battling that inner beast, right? But here's the thing, like we talk about like the ego and like having to overcome the ego. It's really about integrating the ego, okay? Like because the ego is needed in this life, right? We're having a dual like experience, right? So we kind of need to, it's a tool in which to use in our toolbox, right? Just like all the other tools, okay? It's like learning how to integrate it and use it for your growth and development and to help propel you to move forward. I'm getting there's a lot about moving forward. There's a lot about leaving things behind, like letting things like just be what they are, not having to be right, okay? choosing peace, okay? You're the answer. You're following your divine guidance, okay, towards your purpose. It's beautiful. I'm getting that the strength is telling you that you've overcome a lot of challenges and it wasn't easy, and you're protected in the physical and the spiritual realm, okay? Like, this is an angel coming to provide support, compassion, understanding, okay? And then we have the 10 of Pentacles coming out. Yeah, this is something that, you know, miracles are made of, right? So it's kind of like you've proven yourself worthy to receive whatever generational wealth, blessing, abundance you're meant to have in this lifetime. I'm getting like it was already planned, but you needed to be able to hold that vibration and frequency. And I'm getting like this is so that you can help others with it. It's not like from a place of greed or indulgence or manipulation or control. This is so that you can hold this vibration, because what you're here to do is to bring change, positive change. And there's a divine plan playing out. So everything's playing out according to this divine plan. Again, a reminder to trust the process. So many beings that you were around were greedy and wanted your light for themselves. And so they tried to manipulate and control you. And so they had to be removed, because this isn't for them, it's for you. And you did the work. So you earned this. You worked this process yourself. You worked very hard to find yourself in a position now where you're being considered the master. All right, so it's like you came, you conquered, you won. And now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor as well as your sacred mission. Wow, Ace of Cups for the Hanged Man, the sacred vessel. Yeah, this could talk about a bloodline. This could talk about a frequency. This can talk about divine love and being that sacred vessel yourself, having the ability to hold unconditional love for oneself and for others. Therefore, it's like a collective energy, like a Christ consciousness, okay? So you've been able to access and hold Christ consciousness. So it's like a sense of purity, a sense of completeness, okay? And then we have maybe some past energy, you know, that was the playa from the Himalayas. I feel like they played themselves right on out. I feel like there's something here that it's like toxic. I'm getting like toxic masculinity, but this could be feminine or masculine. It doesn't have to be like toxic masculinity, right? But I am getting like the Knight of Wands in reverse is somebody who wants to come and like almost like steal the energy for themselves and run away with it. So I feel like you let people come and go out of your life. Okay, so some people come and go and they teach you a lesson, and they're in your energy for a reason. Okay, but there's something here that you had to deal with here that seems to be. It's almost like somebody might want to rush in from the past, but they're not in an upright position, meaning like their energy is low, very low vibrational lust energy here. So you can just, yeah, look, here's what's clarifying that. The Nine of Swords and the Moon. I feel like there were multiple attempts to siphon your light and put your light out. Okay, so they don't have access to you. In fact, they're experiencing the wrath of their own actions and choices in life. Okay, so they're being seen and exposed for all their attempts against you. Okay, what about this World card? Yeah, I feel like they're haunted. They could be experiencing paranormal activity. I'm getting like there's energy here that feels trapped, stuck, and mental anguish here. Depression. I feel like this is justice. This is balance being restored for the high priestess or the high priest. Okay, for the star. All right, for the star. Those who came against you shall not prosper. Anything they sent your way will be returned in favor. Okay, you deserve to be in this position. This is like that Hanuman, right? The devoted warrior energy here. Like the Nine of Pentacles is showing that like someone is of favor. Someone is divine. Someone is worthy. Someone is enough. Someone has more access to where this came from. Someone can create this. And this is like giving me medals. Like someone has medals. Someone has earned the right to be in this position, whether others think so or not. Like this is not something that can be taken or stolen. It's simply earned. And so that's what I'm getting with like this devoted warrior energy and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you rightly deserve to be in the position that you're in, and I feel like you're being recognized for your hard work. All right, let's get one for the Two of Pentacles over here. Oh, look at the Devil comes flying out with the Justice. Yeah. You reap what you sow, all right? So I feel like you were able to bring something to justice that was very unfair and very toxic and something that, you know, thought they had access to you, but they don't, okay? This is also you exposing this. So you might be someone who speaks truth and exposes this dark energy. And I'm getting like you fight. You're a fighter. You're not someone who backs down from a fight. You just may fight it differently than maybe how people want you to fight. I feel like this could be a bit of ignorance playing out here. Underestimated somebody. Maybe underestimated someone's ability, okay, as it relates to like fairness. I feel like balance is being restored. There's also like someone needing to accept responsibility for their actions and what motivated to take the necessary steps that they took to come against you. I feel like someone is going to have to accept responsibility for their actions, and they could be dealing with legal issues, and they could be stuck in a karmic contract here. King of Pentacles over here. I have the Seven of Wands in the Tower. Someone wanted to wield something their way. All right. I'm getting like there was a need to stand up for what's right in a situation, and you're on guard and they're experiencing the tower of their life. Okay. The downfall, right? A major life change. I feel like they need you to hold your ground and stand your position. Devoted warrior. We still have work to do. Like you're very equipped. All right. So maybe they didn't realize about this. Maybe they didn't realize this about you. I feel like someone was very focused on appearances as well as like financial gain. So this could represent a boss. This could represent, you know, your family. This could represent like that energy that does things for the sake of money. Okay. Like that's what rules their roost. That's what motivates them. I feel like there's a need to accept responsibility for action taken for the sake of financial gain here or power. I'm getting like they may have abused their power here. Okay. I'm getting there's karma playing out here. Okay. It's like what goes around comes around. And I feel like they're feeling it. They're experiencing it, okay? And they're going through a downfall, all right? So it's kind of like this is a catalyst for their their growth and development if they so choose. Like, everybody has a free will choice in what they create and how they act, but you're ultimately responsible for it. And I feel like someone didn't want to be responsible or didn't believe in the law of cause effect, and they're learning this now. Okay, they're learning about the law of cause and effect, and the fact that they have ultimate responsibility for the actions that they take in this physical experience and spiritually. Okay, because I do have the Temperance, which talks about like divine justice, and then this would be like physical justice and the physical realm. So they could be dealing with like legal issues. They could have been doing something really toxic that they may have gotten caught. I feel like there's a lot of spilt milk here. Someone's upset. They're feeling a bit of loss. They could be experiencing addictions or codependency, or just struggling with immoral and unethical behavior. And I'm getting like they're being held to account for what they've done that's unethical. Maybe it has something to do with work. I just saw the Three of Pentacles. They may have worked with others to do this. I feel like they wanted to keep you bound and stuck because there's like chains here. I feel like they got themselves stuck, and you are free and clear with that Fool card. Yeah, this is moving forward, moving on, making plans for the future. Things are going to pick up a bit. So you could be getting a lot of that could be communication. So you could be experiencing some uptick in movement and communication. I feel like there could be something coming in, right, that's going to help move things forward. And it's like something you don't see coming. It's like when you're not looking. I'm getting a King of Swords, which is a divine pair to that Queen, wherever she is. A King of Swords is someone who has integrity, who is a teacher, a scholar, an intellect, someone who lets their, mind over matter here. This also could be the past energy, okay? They could be finding themselves in a pickle. They could be finding themselves dealing with heartache, betrayal, and defeat. I'm getting like maybe they focused too much on something that wasn't bringing them actual love or emotional fulfillment. Maybe they prayed for someone like you and then almost I'm getting like squandered it. So what is this? I'm getting like maybe you were able to help somebody through a similar situation as your own. This could be representing this King of Swords. Where's this Three of Swords going? Yeah, I feel like what they wanted for you ended up happening to them, or will be, maybe from a Queen of Cups here, a water sign, air sign. We have earth sign. All right, we have, yeah, there's that Queen of Swords. Yeah. Is this a partnership here? Okay. Hi, honey. This could be something that you and this King of Swords both speak about, both resonate with, have had these experiences, and so there's like a common denominator here. What do you want to say about that? The King and Queen of Swords. That's a contract. Okay, so yeah, I feel like the two of you have a contract to help with healing. Maybe helping others through similar situations, through healing, through practice, through meditation, through prayer. There's some sort of like going within and connecting to spirit. I feel like you're both very surrounded by spirit. You both may be mediums, or you're able to communicate, or at least can telepathically communicate with one another, because this is like all swords here. And then we have the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, and yeah, I feel like there's this King of Cups here. It could be like someone wanting to compete, someone wanting to throw their hat in the ring, someone wanting to return back. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Is the King of Swords a new person? Yes. Look, passionate new beginning playing out. Yeah, this is like the wrath of God. Okay, like Ace of Swords and clarifying the devil over here. Yeah, I feel like they're not going to see this coming. All right. I feel like this could be like that wounded warrior energy, but I'm getting like you had to learn what you needed to learn so that when you're on mission, you know, and have all the tools to accomplish what you came here to accomplish. This is like a gift, a blessing. This is divine magic playing out. This is confirming the teacher awakens and the student becomes the master. Okay, so you mastered something huge in the physical realm, and the devil is considered to be that master teacher. Okay, it's like a master class in magic. Okay, so you earned your stripes. Yeah, this is like you earned your stripes. Divine magic. So this could be like something that you're doing, like it's a communication or some sort of like initiative of some kind. Okay, I have a 9 of Cups. This is telling me that like either something you wished and dreamed for is coming true, or maybe whatever they wished for you is now coming true for them. I'm getting 9 of Cups is like, you know, having more than enough and then some. Specifically like, look, I have so much, I want to share it. And then there's a 2 of Cups. Yeah, there could be a bit of indulgence here. There could be a bit of like, upset. There could be like codependency and substance issues here. I feel like this could be that person's downfall. I'm getting like this could be contributing to a need to kind of like rebuild, start over, do something new and different. Maybe someone once had favor, they no longer have favor. I feel like there's a bit of like falling from grace. Someone could be heavily drinking, like drinking their sorrows away, or just partying too much. Someone's experiencing like emotional loss. They could be feeling outed or black sheeped. There's judgment here. There's a need to, you know, deal with why we feel the way we feel, why we are doing things from a place of excess. Like it's time to go within and figure out why these things keep repeating, why we feel so heavy, why we need to do a bit of like self-review, why we need to forgive ourselves and what's happened. All right, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So it's like someone's meant to like help others on the path in whatever way that is. Okay, we go to the 6 to the 7. I feel like your projects are paying off. You're minding your own business and you're being very dedicated and devoted to what Spirit's guiding you to focus on. All right. I'm getting like this King of Swords might be interested in some of the projects that you work on or how you do it. All right. Let's do the 3 of Swords. This is making wise investments. Okay, so whatever goals you've set, this is about you taking action towards those goals. I feel like this 3 of Swords, this 9 of Swords, this heartache, betrayal, and deception is putting someone out in the cold by a third party. 3-3. Someone is out partying and dating and having their own fun. This could be like a whole group was involved in coming after you. This could be a party group. This could just be those who associate with them are the ones that are going to betray them. Like they betrayed you. So if there's a bit of, you know, yeah, look at, they're going to watch you. They're listening and you're teaching them. They're learning from you. Look at, they're learning, but they would never admit it. All right, look at what you are now able to defeat, okay? No weapon formed against you shall prosper, okay? right? They are motivated by dark energy. They have attachments or to something that needs to be healed and resolved. They continue to afflict others with their own personal pain, potentially from childhood, right? They're learning something. They're awakening to the fact that, like, some sort of truth about themselves. Maybe they're finally seeing, like, what they've become. And maybe this is the mask that's fallen. Okay, I'm getting like someone's been wearing a mask. And now maybe what's being illuminated here is who this person truly is and what actions they've taken against others. I feel like you're not the only one they've done this to. That you're not the only one, and they're not the only one involved. Like, there's others involved. Yeah, there's exposure here. There's truth here. Yeah, here's the other one that's involved. It's a Queen of Cups. So this is someone that they've been dealing with on the side. Someone that they partnered with, okay, and made a pact with to do magic and attack you, okay, because they're jealous and envious of your position and your divine magic. They want this for themselves, but they can't have it. So they try to get to the closest thing that you do have, but I feel like this has been surrendered. Something's been surrendered. And then here's that King of Cups. I was like, hey, there's a King of Cups. Who's this? This is the karmic partner to that energy. Okay, so like they're emotional manipulators here. Yeah, they're trying to create some sort of confusion, a blockage from someone making a wise investment elsewhere. They're trying to emotionally manipulate and control through black magic, okay? I feel like you're protected by the divine and they're experiencing God's wrath, okay, and fury. All right. I feel like they've blocked themselves. There's that Knight of Pentacles, wanting to make a wise investment, wanting to follow the money. I feel like you're the wise investment, all right? You've been making... I'm getting this is what... Okay, so what I'm getting is this is speaking to the fact that, like, somebody cared about finances and how it makes them look, not about how they got there. All right, I feel like somebody is attracting the love that they hold and desire. 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. This is a happy life. Happy life, happy wife. Happy wife, happy life. Ace of Swords. All right, so there's truth, clarity. They're realizing that, you know, you were the one with the it's almost like you were the one with the blessing, right? And I feel like they thought they could get this elsewhere. They thought that they were, you know, the end all be all. I'm getting somebody's doing something for money, okay? And it could land them into some sort of trouble. Yeah, they're burdened by what they currently are experiencing at this time. I feel like your happiness, your emotional fulfillment is divinely protected. And I would get like some of what you're working on is that messenger energy, that divine messenger. It could be your purpose, connecting with the divine and sharing guidance, messages, truth. 8 of Cups is telling me that someone's going to be forced to leave a situation that they feel very burdened in. So it's like you were forced to leave and now they will feel like they're forced to leave and having to abandon any kind of, you know, group or emotional satisfaction that they might have been temporarily getting in this situation. They're no longer in a position of happiness. They could be releasing themselves from substance abuse even. This could be like seeking recovery. This could be seeking respite. This can also be like leaving, you know, relationships with others behind. Maybe they can no longer play around with people's emotions and feelings, and now they're having to like answer to these. Someone could be getting kicked out of a group. Yeah, I feel like the group has turned on them now, where they went to the group to turn on you. I feel like this is like spun around. You're being seen as victorious over the situation. I feel like you're the victor. Victory is yours. Okay? I feel like they're only hurting themselves by trying to run away from their responsibilities. Okay? It's like they don't want people to see what they've done. They want to hide. Okay? And so what's coming to light is exposed, like they're being exposed. I'm hearing little pig, let me in. I feel like someone is a pig. Okay, look. Little pig, let me in. All right, 3 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to figure out how to make plans, right? What does the future hold? I feel like you have ships coming in. Like this is about waiting for something to come in for you to take action. So there could be a bit of like holding out plans. I feel like someone's making plans. Someone's trying to make plans. However, I don't think it's going to go according to their plan. Maybe they're trying to plan how to get back into your energy to create some sort of ending when it comes to your happiness, your family dynamic. I'm getting like, this is like trying to finish the job. So watching from afar, trying to take into account like what's your next move. Yeah, I feel like they only care about their bank account. They care about money and finances. Look, and they're going to find themselves out in the cold, rejected and abandoned, because all they care about is greed. All they care is about material wealth. Okay, whereas you're attracting in a soulmate, a partnership, something that is destined, something to celebrate. Okay, you are celebrating no longer being in this person's energy or dealing with this strife. Okay, this is a freedom for you. 7 of Cups in the reverse. I feel like whatever action they took against you, whatever spells they sent your way, whatever illusions, this group is coming to some realization. Maybe they're no longer under the spell here. Someone could be waking up to the spell. Someone is realizing that they were duped. Queen of Wands. All right. Someone is certainly creating a new reality, and here's a blessing here. This was a blessing. Yeah, I'm getting like they realize that you're the one with the gifts, and this was all an illusion. Okay, this energy that they pretended to be, right? Oh, nice, caring, kind, loving person, motherly. No, this person was straight up wicked. All right, and you're the one with the blessings. You're the one with the gifts. You're the one with the favor. You're the one who's going to have a legacy. And I feel like they want to get back in your energy in any way possible, because they know that this is coming for you and not who they thought it was going to be with. Okay, they were duped, right? There was like this fake energy here. All right. Yeah, I feel like the blessing resides with you. And so now they're wanting to like double back. Right? They can't. They're blocked. They don't have access to you. They don't want to be trapped in this cycle with this toxic feminine or masculine. Right? They realize that they fell for the bait. And now they're in a soul contract with a karmic partner, learning karmic lessons. You are the one that's stable, secure, and independent. You're the one who's having, a glow up. You're being seen for who you truly are, regardless of their stories, regardless of their dark attachments to sex, drugs, and rock and roll, whatever that is. Like, someone has been fueling their addictions to keep them under their spell. So if someone's addictions are worse, it's because it's being manipulated and controlled by whoever they're a partner of. All right. They may be coming into some sort of realization that everything bad going on in their life is a direct relationship to themselves and who they chose and what they chose to do, who they associate themselves with. All right. I'm getting like they sabotage themselves here. Yeah, Page of Cups. I'm getting like now they're sorry. Yeah. A little late for that. All right, a little late for that. Yep, look at 10 of Wands. They want to bring the burdens to you, all right, because they find themselves rejected, left out in the cold, and abandoned. All right, they don't want to be burdened by this. They want to bring this to someone else to fix. Right? Again, it's like that, not taking responsibility for your actions, not being accountable, right? Not doing anything different, expecting a different outcome. Yeah, this energy is gross, right? Toxic. Knight of Cups in the mid position says that like this person doesn't know what they want. I feel like they dabble in everything because they're confused, okay? They're under the influence, whatever influence this is, okay? And then, there's this big cup, it's full of wine. I feel like this energy is partying. That's what they prioritize is, numbing the pain, being controlled and manipulated, okay, by their ego. Four of Pentacles talks about someone who's like greedy and holding a grudge, unable to release control, having to control everything, right? Like, having a secret life even. So this person could be, so this could be feminine or masculine. They could be interested in like both sexes, I'm getting. This could be something that they keep tight to the chest. They don't want anybody to know. I feel like whoever this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups is, I feel like they know their dark little secrets. Yeah, I feel like this is something that really has created some wounding here. They would very much like to leave a situation, but maybe don't have the ability to do so. I'm getting like they're withering away. I feel like this energy is just siphoning their life force energy, okay, for themselves. Okay, so someone is using magic to siphon energy from somebody. Yeah, and I feel like they could be working with someone else. There could be like an energy that they're like otherwise interested in. Maybe someone who has more vitality than this past energy here. Like one looks like it's, got a strong presence, and the other one looks like it's withering down. So I don't know if someone is dealing with someone else at work on the side. I feel like this is a bit of like, oh, I'm getting this is a work passion. This is like something that they connected with at work or something they do at work. Them, the person they're connecting with, or them. I feel like this is like, this could be like someone they work with that they have like a secret relationship with, like down low. I'm getting like down low, hidden secret, something that they don't want released. They hold it close to their chest. This could be someone that they work with. This is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. This person either could be younger or older, or maybe they work on projects together. I'm getting there's like a secret. So this could be a feminine that has someone on the side, or this is confirming that they work together, okay, on something, or they worked with each other, or this is this Knight of Cups in the mid position telling me like, okay, so they're playing both sides. Okay, so they could be into both genders, because I have a Queen of Wands and a King of Wands. All right. So I feel like this Queen of Wands has evidence on this person and about what they do behind the scenes, and this person doesn't want this information to come out. They're trying to hide. There's some sort of like toxic behavior here. I'm getting like someone entertains others while they're in some sort of like agreement with someone else. So it's kind of like, regardless of their relationships, they are dating others while in a relationship. That's why maybe energy has walked away from them, because they're a cheater, pumpkin eater. Yeah. Yep. Moving on towards peace. Choosing peace in a situation. Someone may want to apologize before you're gone forever. Say that they love you. They care for you and that they're sorry, but you're gone. Like nothing's changing that. Okay, look at Two of Cups. You're moving on towards a relationship that is even, reciprocal. Something that is going to, this is like soulmate energy. This could be a work partnership too. So I'm getting like something far better is out there, and you're willing to take the risks necessary to seek that out. You're being guided towards safety, towards peace and harmony. Harmony surrounds you. Expect miracles. So this lesson taught you to love yourself so that you're not giving your power away to others, and you have stronger boundaries for yourself. And if they're not meeting your needs, then they're not for you. 12:22 on my timer. Yeah, it's going to come through an opportunity that's going to help move you to the next phase of your life. Like an opportunity. Yeah, that's what's coming in fast, and I feel like you're going to have to move in a new direction. All right, so I feel like you're heavily supported by your spiritual team. They're like, you know, let us lead the way energy. Yeah, I feel like what's coming to our reality is news. You're gonna receive news. Okay. This could be from someone of an authority, a police, an investigator. Someone's going to speak truth about a King of Cups. And is this new energy? Is this old energy? I'm getting like this could be someone that they know, like an acquaintance that you may know, or they may know of you as a result of this person. I feel like someone has information to share with you. So you might receive like a reach out, a call, a text message, something like that. But this person was a bully to you. This is somebody who abused their power, their words. They lied, spread rumors about you, maybe even like affected your reputation in some way. I feel like the action taken against you is what they could be dealing with. I feel like I'm getting this as like legal. This could be authority. This could be police. This could be investigation. So you could hear news about this King of Cups from your past or Queen of Cups from your past. Take it, flip it, switch it, whatever. This emotional manipulator, this slanderer, this liar, this defamation of character that they, you know, getting like strong. I'm seeing like Five of Swords. We have the Five of Swords out here. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get news about what was going on behind the scenes. I feel like there's evidence. There's evidence. So this is kind of like let go of the need to be right, because whatever I feel like it's being uncovered. Okay, like It's being uncovered. Yeah. Someone might want to hear your side of the story because they've heard their side of the story. All right. They also could be someone that watches what you create. Right. This also can be like someone wanting to learn from you. Someone could be watching you and learning from you. I'm also getting they're trying to figure out how they got this wrong. How were you hidden in plain sight? How did they not see you when they had the chance? Right? There's also that. It's like you were hidden in plain sight, right? For a reason, right? Because, you know, they were tested. This can also represent a test. Right? Like they were tested to see how they would act, right? The Page of Wands, what they would take action on, right? And I feel like they failed this test in the sense that they didn't do right by you, and they had multiple chances to do right by you and they never did. And now it's like case closed, all right? It's like, yeah, there's the need to be accountable for their actions and choices taken against you. All right. There's new opportunities for you to use what you've learned and apply it, right? So there could be like new levels, right? New levels of awareness, new levels of being, understanding, you know, what you've learned you're meant to create with. What are you going to create? You're here as a divine path. You're on a divine path and you have a purpose, a sacred mission. And I'm getting like you're being guided on that sacred mission. And it's like needing to surrender, right? Like being in the boat and knowing that you're going to get to your destination, right? But while you're en route, it's kind of like enjoy it, right? Like enjoy the destination, enjoy that, like there is freedom in all of this. There's liberation in all of this. And it was hard for you to let go of the need to be right, or to tell your side of the story, or fight for something that you no longer want. But I'm getting you allowing things to play out naturally is probably the biggest lesson you learned, right? Is to surrender it, right? Surrender what no longer aligns with you. Surrender the need to be right, okay? And it's like aligning, yeah, I was going to say divine emergence. It's like it all served its purpose, and this is going to like really take hold, and it's letting the world know your gifts, because through this process you've been initiated, okay? So through your initiation process helps you to be in alignment for your highest and greatest good, and now you trust in your ability to guide others with love, okay? So that's what this is all about, is you learning to love yourself, right? And through that process you're able to guide others, right, through the energy of love. So choosing you in the situation is what liberated you, and hopefully you're showing and sharing with others how to do the same, right? This is wisdom that's meant to be spoken, shared, witnessed, okay, all of those things. So you could be that messenger is what I'm getting at. So if this resonated for you, give me a shout out in the comments, like, follow, and subscribe to support the channel. I appreciate all of you that watch the videos and comment and engage. It helps me continue doing what I'm meant to do, which is to share messages and guide you guys on your path. Yeah, I hope you guys have the most amazing day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye now.